Cemented with Sylvia. One rectangular pot, Coreen'S pot repaired as promised, and a few fails that are quite interesting. Stay tuned. This is the beginning of a square pot that I'm doing. Tomorrow I will demold it, and those weights that you see in the inside are actually fresh orange juice boxes that I made weights out of. Actually, I'm going to make a pot with them, but I decided since I have the boxes, I may as well just make some weights out of them, and I can use them when I want to weigh down the inside of a pot. So I am hoping that I'll have a really nice deep center. It's the first rectangular pot of any kind that I'm making, so I'm hoping that it will. No, that's not true. I did a sand cast one once in the early days when I started. This is my new creation. Very simple rectangular bowl. If you can see here, I've done the legs. As I mentioned before, I don't like when my pots sit flat on the floor. The ground is a bit muddy because it rained yesterday, and I keep turning out sand, so you just have to wash off and clean down when you're through. And yes, this time I remembered to make a hole. So this is already primed, so I haven't decided what color. I'm thinking maybe a rust. Let me know what you think. Good morning. It's a demolding day today, so I tried my hand at sand casting. Never work. So the pot come out crooked. I'm going to take this one for myself. The sand kept coming apart, so apparently I've missed something on the technique. This one came out a little better, but just barely. But I like it though, and my leaf design actually came out, but that leaf didn't really have great veining, so I may not be able to even trouble it in terms of making it highlighted. So today I made a table to work on. It's still a little too high, but I want you to see that I made a base out of PVC, and a friend gave me this rubber palette. Now it's not quite finished because it needs to be finessed and all of that, but I have a level work surface. I'm gonna make another table today. Let me show you one that I had done prior, but it had some flaws. So this yellow base that you're seeing here, you notice the duct tape and everything, was a table that I had made. However, the legs came out, it started to crack, and I realized I didn't do much to reinforce it. So let me show you what I'm going to do today to make another one, but to correct the flaws that I had before. So these are the original legs that I had used, but this time what I've done is I put nails in them to give the cement something to hold on to, and then I'm going to wrap them with this mesh. I'm also going to lay a mesh on a layer here, and there are some old cubicle wire frames that I have that I'm going to use as further strengthening for the table. So let me get to it, and then I will show you the finished work. Good morning everyone. I've demolded the table actually, and it turns out that it's a perfect laptop desk. And considering that there's the top of it, and it's really strong and thick, and I'm keeping it as a laptop desk because these legs are actually mop sticks, and I don't know that they'll be able to bear the weight of the table and a potted plant, for example, or several potted plants. So this one definitely is gonna stay as my laptop desk here on my veranda, where it will be much cooler to work. Hi, I did promise I would work on Coreen'S pot to repair it. Now what had happened was this base that was already made, I had given to her to use as a base for this pot. We didn't bargain on the fact that, or we didn't consider the fact that this base is actually heavier than the pot itself. So when we lifted it up, of course, it came off. No, I was gonna cement it on back, but what I decided to do was to use a super adhesive on the base and then use a tile grout to set it. Now in another 24 hours because I did promise Coreen that I would fix it for her. So in another 24 hours, it should be properly cured, and she will be able to paint it. Now, I used, as I said, a super adhesive and a tile grout, but there they are, right there, right here. But I'm not going to show the names because this is not a paid product endorsement. However, in 24 hours, I'll look at it and we'll see if it really holds. Here's a fail that I'm going to turn into an unfail. I'm going to turn it into a victory. Okay, what had happened was I started using a ball to mold this hyper tufa, but I realized that the ball was too big and I didn't have enough material. So I used a pail cover, a 5-gallon pail cover to form the bottom. However, in taking it out, this is what happened. But I'm not going to let it go to waste. I'm going to fix it and you will see the end result. Okay folks, this is what happens when you don't seal your paint. So basically what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to strip it off somehow and do over the leaf, brushing and everything. So that's a project for another time though. I don't think that I'm going to really tackle that in the next couple of weeks because I have quite a lot on my plate. But you know, you learn as you go along. That's it for this week on Cemented with Sylvia. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Have a great weekend and happy crafting.